G'day everyone, welcome back. Here I am with video number 2, and I just wanted to say thanks so much for those that have subscribed and sent in comments. I've been really blessed to know that I was able to touch some people and that they were able to get something out of what I'm trying to achieve here. And yeah, I was blown away by it. So thank you so much for sending through and liking the video. So it's a different setting. This video, unfortunately, I tried this afternoon and it started to rain and my neighbours were making heaps of noise. So I am sitting in my kitchen under the dining room lights, and not ideal, I know, because there's no background. So it looks pretty drab, but unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to have time tomorrow to get a video done, and I really wanted to stick to having at least one video a week uploaded, because that is not a good look if I say in my very first video that I want to upload once a week and then don't. One lesson I've learned is prepare. I am not a good preparer. I wing it. And this is one of those wing it moments, unfortunately. But I thank you so much for hanging in there. I will have to learn how to block time out so that I can focus on doing this and making sure I have time to do it, and not thinking that I have time to do it. Oh, I'll get to that video soon. I've just got to do this and this, and then something else comes along, or got to go here, or the kids need a lift here, or you guys know what it's like, I'm sure. So that is a big lesson for me that I've learned. So just a couple of things from the last video that I just wanted to briefly mention. I did say that it was in one take. You might have noticed that there were, it was a little choppy. It is true, it was done in one take, but the reason for the choppiness is because I was taking all the ums and ahs out of the video. I was watching it back and thinking to myself, man, this is annoying, and I'm the one watching it. So that's why there was a lot of chops. I'm sure it's not an issue for you guys, but I just sort of, I did say that I wanted to be raw and authentic, and so I just want to be upfront about that. And that's pretty much what this is going to be. I do it all in one go, but I'll chop parts off and out that I don't think are necessary or needed. Certainly the ums and ahs, and parts where I may cough or a dog barks, or whatever the case may be. And then the other thing I wanted to mention too is, in the last video I had said that there was a lady at work that had said to me after we were having a conversation, you have the power to influence people and you need to work out a way to do that. And so I had said in that video that my next video, which is this one, would be a follow-on to that. So my wife and I have been married for 19 years, and we are blessed with 2 awesome children who are 15 and 16. They're 18 months apart, but we have been immensely blessed with who they've grown up to be. But early on in parenthood, I discovered that I wasn't hiding my emotions as well as I thought I was, particularly in my reaction to things that were very trivial to react at. And I would make a big deal out of just trivial matters. And Lisa, my wife, turned to me one day and said, you are changing the atmosphere of the room, and not in a good way. I knew what she was saying, but I didn't believe it. I think my reaction to her was, what are you talking about? And I knew what she was saying, but I didn't really believe it. And it wasn't until I was overseas on a mission trip in Sri Lanka, where I was sitting around the kitchen table with my brother from another mother and the pastor and his wife and 2 kids. And we were having a great conversation and talking about things of the Bible and things of God. She had stopped at one point and said, "I believe God wants me to tell you this, that you have the power to change the atmosphere." And I stopped for a second, and I knew exactly what she was saying because I had the picture of Lisa and the kids in my mind. And I thought, oh man, God needs me to know that, because he's had to send me to the other side of the world for me to realize that what Lisa was trying to say is a very powerful thing. And with Lisa saying that, and the pastor's wife saying that, and now my work colleague saying what she said, I certainly underestimate the influence that I have. I don't want to big note myself. I'm, just a man like everyone else. But yeah, I think I underestimate the influence and what I sort of am able to bring to people. And please understand, I want to say that with the utmost humility. But I'm also reminded of an analogy that you may have heard before, and that is, you're either a thermometer or a thermostat. You're either reacting to the atmosphere of the room or you're creating it. And it's just a pretty cool way of saying we all have the power to influence. And so for me, those three conversations really solidified in me that I'm a thermostat, and I do have the power to change the atmosphere of places I go. And I have struggled with that because I have felt often like a thermometer. I have reacted to atmosphere in rooms, to atmosphere around people and groups of people, and some of those groups of people, some of those persons haven't been a positive influence in my life. And so I've reacted to that as a thermometer. So much so that that's part of that has created, or was creating a negative mindset. But with knowing now what I know about how destructive a negative mindset is, and how important it is, as I said in the last video, to find your people and find people that can build you up. I certainly understand now how much influence can bring to relationships. And so I have been reflecting, knowing that I was doing this video, I've been reflecting this week on going into places, into work, being at home, going to church, just sort of being outside, how I'm being a thermostat in each of those environments. And so my encouragement to you this coming week, before we meet again, is, are you a thermometer or a thermostat? And if you're a thermometer, how are you going to get out of reacting to atmospheres in the room? How do you change from reacting to creating the atmosphere? And I want to stress, to create a positive atmosphere, not a negative one. Now, I don't understand what you're going through, of course, but I know for myself that it is a massive shift. It is a massive mind shift, and a massive heart shift as well, to move from negative influence to positive influence. Like I said, it does mean you have to find new people. It does mean you have to find better ways of thinking. It does mean you may have to shut stuff off. Maybe it's shows you watch or things you scroll through on your phone, certain social media platforms, or just certain conversations that you're having. Are they pulling you back into the thermometer atmosphere, or are they building you up into the thermostat atmosphere? Are you wanting to engage in a positive atmosphere? And so I just wanted to leave you with that this week, because no matter where we go and no matter who we are, we have the power to influence. And it may just be the case where we have to influence ourselves. One of those exercises might be talking to ourselves in the mirror. I did it only a couple of weeks ago. in regards to a certain situation where I had to talk positively to myself and basically tell myself I was worth it. Now, I will admit it felt weird to look at myself in the mirror, eyeball to eyeball, to say I'm worth it. But I am. I just wanted to encourage you that when I'm doing these videos, I'm not preaching from a place of not knowing something. I hope I'm not preaching, but I'm not coming at it from a place of not knowing what I'm living what I'm talking about. And so I hope you can connect with that. And I hope that sort of as we shut off this or end this video, that you can have a bit of a think about what it means to influence yourself, but also be an influence to others. And what does it mean? What do you need to change to move from thermometer to thermostat? Anyway, that's pretty much it from me, guys. Thanks for hanging in there. Thanks for putting up with the drab wall and the really bad lighting. I'll definitely aim to make a change for next week. But like and subscribe, and we'll catch you next week. Bless you.